Do we have huge analysis in qualitative research? Do we have analysis in qualitative research? No, right? No, that much of statistical tools and other analysis in qualitative, whereas quantitative is in deeply go to the analysis with the statistical softwares. Okay, third one. Interviews and observations, and extraction of second data, interviews, observations, and extraction of second data are the data collection methods. Data collection methods. Example. Analysis of barriers and challenges. Challenges for adapting computerized accounting systems in small and medium practices. That means small audit firms. Small and medium practices. All right. Third one. But it has been asked. Differentiate. What do you want to differentiate? Cross-sectional and the other one longitudinal data. Right? Cross-sectional and then the longitudinal recent time horizon. Search and write it. Cross-sectional studies and the other one longitudinal studies. Hope you have learned those things. Satya, the question is share the Excuse me. Stop. This is nice. From the corner, you start and read what you mean by the cross section and second one, time horizon. So that corner. You don't know that's when you are talking to your friends from corner. This corner. You stand up and tell what you mean by cross section and then second person talk to you. The other one cross section. Are you explaining? Corner. There are two corners too. This corner. and cross section. Not to me, not to the others. Data is collected at 1 point time. No, you just tell me in one cross section. Shows the current situation. Faster and less expensive. Give me the example. Survey of 100 students. 100 students. Today. Okay. Survey of 100 students today. Very good. Disha. Longitudinal study. You keep the Disha for the longitudinal study. You cross sectional again. Nothing to cry. Yes. Are you crying? No. Cross section. Data is selected then. Single point of time. What do you mean by single point of time? Any others? Single point of time. What are the example for single point of time? One time. Okay, one time. Examples. Single point of a time. For a specific day. Right? We collected data today. What is it? Is that a single point of time? Yes. Right? I'm sharing a questionnaire with you all. Within a 1 week. Is that a single point of time?
Yes.
Yes. Within a 1 week. I'm collecting data from you for the 5 months. Is that a single point of time? Yes. Within a 1 year period. I'm collecting a questionnaire data from a students for a 1 year. Is that a 1 point of time?
Yes.
Yes. Right? That means less than 1 year. Right? Less than 1 year. You can collect the data for 1 day. Sometimes it might be you are collecting data for a 1 week. And then sometimes you are collecting for a data for several months. Right? A point of time. A point of time. We call it as which data? Cross-sectional data. Cross-sectional data. Example for the topic. Example for the topic. Damien. Example for the cross-sectional research topic. Very good. Measuring customer. Others also, if you have not written down, you can read it. You can read it. Measuring. Okay. Measuring customer satisfaction of a company during a particular month. That is month of January. Right? Month of January. Second example. Second example. Write it down. Financial literacy. Financial literacy. Second example for the cross-sectional studies. Second example. Financial literacy and investor behavior. Financial literacy and investor behavior. Financial literacy and investor behavior. Of management undergraduates. Management undergraduates in non-state universities. Management undergraduates in non-state universities. Non-state universities. Management undergraduates are non-state universities. Second line, write it down. Particular researcher collect the data. Particular researcher collect the data for this research. Particular researcher collect the data for this research by sharing a questionnaire. Collect the data for this research by sharing a questionnaire. Sharing a questionnaire within 3 weeks. Within 3 weeks. Clear one. Tamasi. Okay. Now, this is that. Longitudinal study. And you write them, let us know. So then we will start the discussion. Time series. Sorry, not time series. Longitude. Longitudinal data. Longitudinal study. Yes, yeah. Very good. Others, listen. Look at it. Yeah. Very good. But it says. But it says data is collected. Data is collected repeatedly. Repeatedly. Data is collected repeatedly from a same subject, regarding the same subject for a period. Can anyone give me the example? Say Haslime. Sadeh. Example. Now just thinking, data is collected repeatedly for a specific object during a specific time. Example. Very good. A study of child development within a 2-3 years. Right? What is the object there? What is the object there? Child development. Right? Repeatedly. Is that research is repeatedly collecting the data? Yes. It might collect data in 2026, 2025, 2024 until the 1990s. Right? Repeatedly collect the data. Right? Very good example. Measuring the financial performance of a company for the last 10 years. Right? What happened? What is the object there? If you are measuring the financial performance for a specific company for the 10 years, what is the object? Financial performance of a company. Right? Financial performance of a company. What should be the period? 10 years. Is that repeatedly correct? Yes. This year, last year, likewise. Right? Write down the example. Notifications. No, okay. Where are you? Write down the example. Measuring financial performance. Sorry, a study on ESG reporting. A study on ESG reporting. ESG reporting and financial performance. ESG reporting and financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka. Of listed companies in Sri Lanka. ESG reporting and then the financial performance of the listed companies in Sri Lanka. Second bullet point, write it down. The researcher collects data for ESG reporting and financial performance for 5 years. For 5 years. If you have the highlighters, highlight 5 years and mark it repeat. Underline it and write it down. Repeat. 5 years the same, so you have to repeat. Repeat. And then object, highlight the ESG reporting and then the financial performance and write it, that's the object. Underline ESG reporting and financial performance, those are the objects. Underline 5 years and that is reflecting what? Repeatedly collecting the data. Okay, now I know, have you studied the regression analysis and all? You discussed, no? Regression analysis. Okay, you discussed regression analysis, correlation analysis, discussed, no? I saw the lecture notes are there. Yes, no? Yes, no? Regression analysis, correlation analysis, thematic analysis, you studied. No, you studied. Thematic analysis. Sandali. Why? Why Sandali? We are not doing the calculation. For the research, we are not calculating ANOVA and SCOVA and all. We are not calculating. What we are doing, we are interpreting. Asking whether has conducted an interpretation part. That no? Done, no, as I saw done. Okay. Question number 5. We can refresh your knowledge regarding this quantitative and qualitative analysis by the question. Don't worry. So, do I take the curriculum? Yes. Paper is the best thing. Only proposal is the side part. Continue the side. You have taken it the other way now. That's the happen. There are some students who are not doing the 4th year. No? Thing is, right, if you ask from your seniors, what happened when it's come to the fourth year, second semester, most of people are changing the some components on your research topic, right? That you have developed on the third year. That's possible. That normally we are doing that one because why? Third year, first semester, you do not have proper understanding regarding what you are learning. Right? So then once come to the fourth year, second semester, you have the chance to change that research topic. But the issue is you can't change the audit research into the taxation because you allocated supervisees on the audit. That's why. That's the only thing. So therefore, take that one very easy and go with the proposal. Don't take it as a big thing and develop on the proposal. Just develop a proposal as per the criteria, right? And then that's it. Next curriculum onwards, we are doing that one the fourth year persons. So then those who are going with the general degree, zero idea regarding research. You can go through the 14 papers on one part. 14, 15, 16, 17, all done by myself. This all done. 14, see, 14, and right by all. Yes. No. Same structure. Same questions. You do the past questions, please. No, never. No. For the research methodology, you have several past papers. I have told more than 13 batches. You have the 13 papers. Do the 13 papers and count. Very easy. You have the A+++. If you are doing the same past papers, might be the same set of questions. Nothing new. This is theory subject, right? Ask the practical subject. So then I do not have any other creative the question because same content. Most of the time, same question is repeated. I think this is the easiest subject in this semester. Theory subjects, other than that one, you have the corporate. Leadership and innovation also it will be easy. Yes, that's only the corporate subject, no? Some submission semester here in Lanka. Right? To be honest. In the research voices දැන් තියෙන ඒරියාස් අනක දැන් මේ ඉන්න කට්ටිය වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඉන්න කට්ටිය සුපර්වයිසර්ස්ලා වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඔය මොන සුපර්වයිසර් කෙනෙක්වත් තමන් වැඩ කරන විදිහට තමයි රිසර්ච් එක කරන්නේ. ළමයා එකටම පළවෙනියට මම හිතන්නේ කෝස් එකේ කරන පළවෙනිම අසයින්මන්ට් එක රිසර්ච් මෙතඩොලොජි ප්‍රොපෝසල් ඩෙවලොප්මන්ට් ඉන්ඩිවිජුවල් අසයින්මන්ට්. Right? Other than that one, ළමයා එකටම කරන subject එක තමයි dissertation because he has to do that one alone. අනිත් අනිත් subject වල you have the group assignments and all. So ළමයා කරන්න වෙනවා. It's your individual effort. Okay, now my question number 5. Are you still with? Regarding the research proposal, right? If you have any question, you can let me know. You just identify a good topic, pending topic, and then develop the proposal as per the given content, and then you submit. Right? Based on the proposal that you submit, based on the proposal that you submit, if you are doing only the 4th year, right? If you are doing 4th year, you will be allocated a research supervisor based on the area that you have submitted, developing the research proposal. Right? For example, she has developed the EHD reporting because her area is then the financial accounting. Based on the financial accounting side, we allocate a supervisor. At the end of at the 4th year, 2nd semester, once after you have been allocated for the research supervisor, by discussing with your supervisor, you can make the amendments to your research topic. Doesn't matter, we give the time. You bet. I'm doing the financial. No. Now from this, from the 16 onwards, we are not segregating our students to the external supervisors. Examiners are external, but supervisors are internal. Supervisors. You can sort out the technical issues after the lecture, right? Tamal, answer the first question. Thematic and content analysis difference. Thematic analysis. Thematic analysis and content analysis. Thematic, themes. Well, what is now like on the subject? You started the consultant. Interesting, no? Not at all. Thematic analysis, where it is not function, no? With that, you can start. Thematic analysis. Still writing? Okay. Write down the example. Thematic analysis example, content analysis example. Do it. So this week I will open the Excel sheet, right? From today onwards, I will open the Excel sheet, right? if you have finalized or if you have sorted out your research, the topic, and then you can mention your research topic in the given Excel sheet, right? You mention your research topic in the Excel sheet. Thematic analysis. Thematic analysis. Again, identify, analyze. Identify and then analyze. What you are going to analyze? Identify, analyze, and third one, interpret. What you are going to interpret and analyze? Themes or patterns, right? Themes or patterns. As name implies, by collecting data, what you are trying to analyze? Are there any themes, right? Are there any patterns of the data that you obtain? Example, next person, example. Okay. So we'll take an example like this. If the research is regarding barriers to the communication, right? Barriers to the communication of an individual, right? I will collect data from from this class. This side, first two rows, they are explaining about this is the barriers. Now, what might be the barriers? Let me know. Barriers for the good communication. Language issue. These two rows always giving me the answers, and those answers are reflecting language barriers. So then I will segregate the responses to a one theme. What is it? Language. This side, what might be the barriers for the good communication? Language already told. Barriers for the good communication? Lack of concentration. Very important for you. Concentration. Right? Lack of concentration. This particular group always giving me the answers regarding the low concentration. Lack of concentration. Second thing, what is it? Lack of concentration. Okay. This group, particular group. Barriers for the good communication. Barriers for good communication? Three rows. Barriers for the good communication. Language already taken, and then the focus already taken, and then disabilities. Right? Any disabilities from the individuals might be the third thing. Always when I'm taking the answers, they always highlighted the disabilities of the particular individual for the individual communication, lack of the communication skills. Right? Are you clear on those things? The respondents are giving me the answers. As a researcher, I can segregate these responses into the themes based on the answers. Right? Write down the example. A researcher conducts research on barriers for good communication. Special reference to barriers for the good communication. Special reference to grade 1 to 5 students. Grade 1 to 5 students. The responses can be divided into three themes. First one, language barriers. Second one, lack of concentration. Third one, physical disabilities. Right. Content analysis. Next person. Black color t-shirt. Content analysis. Never give up. Content analysis is also same. Never give up. Again, Chita. Example from you. Long term. Count. Right? Count and classify words of categories in data. What we are going to do? We count, right? Or we categorize some specific words that we want to research by looking at secondary data content. Right? Especially secondary data content. Or sometimes might be the primary data also. Example. So then what are talking about? Technical analysis, no? Phones and all the things. So that example. Content analysis example. Vishal. Done. Vishal example. We were unable to collect the log. Did you learn from you, no? Okay. So we have conducted an interview, right? I conducted you all, right? So then that is regarding the sub-campus performance or something, right? Undergraduate performance. When I'm inquiring about the undergraduate performance, you always tell about the curriculum 50 times, right? What happened? When I'm collecting the data from the interview, what I received the word? Curriculum. Your responses, your data include the content, word, curriculum. Sometimes it might be the teaching, right? Teaching 500 times, but it's all. It is the if we are analyzing the content that I am collecting the data, answers, responses from you, it includes content how many times? 500 times. So 500 or 100 times. So that is called as the content analysis. Very good example. We can analyze the annual reports, right? Okay, write down example. A researcher conduct the analysis on corporate governance and risk management practices. Corporate governance and risk management practices of listed companies in Sri Lanka. Listed companies of Sri Lanka. When he is analyzing, second point, when he is analyzing annual reports are 291 companies. Can't exactly remember, 291 companies. He or she found the word corporate governance 120,000 times. 120,000 times because 291 companies. So corporate governance word 120 times. Next one. Other one. What is that? Other word. 120,000. And if they look at corporate governance, risk management. Come on, risk management. Risk management word for 50,000 times. 50,000 times. Risk management word for 50,000 times. Okay. Practices. Third word. Practices word for 200,000 times. Practices word 200,000 times. Are you clear? We analyze the annual report and then we are identifying the research regarding corporate governance, risk management practices. So then we analyze the content of the annual report and identifies how many times these words are repeatedly used. Okay, that is called as the content analysis. Not only the word, Lamai, but also the symbols and other some symbols also can be identified. Write it down. Content analysis. Content analysis. Not refers only to words. Not only refers to words. But analyze. But analyze. Symbols. Symbols. Icons. Symbols. Icons. Numbers also. Sometimes might be the numbers. Numbers also. Right. Are you clear on the difference? Thematic means ඔයාලා responses theme වලට කඩලා ගන්නවා. Content analysis කියලා කියන නම හරි දැන් බලලා ඒකේ තියෙන content එක analyze කරනවා. Research එකේ theme එකට අදාළව. Right, okay, we have a break and come. After the break, we will further multiple discussion. Okay, what is the question says? What question says? Extract 1 below is obtained from the research study focusing the impact of corporate governance on the financial performance, evidence from listed companies in Sri Lanka. Accordingly, what is the dependent variable? What is dependent variable? What is the dependent variable, Raman? Financial performance, right? Independent variables. You were given the independent variables. Main variable is one, that is corporate governance. Corporate governance is a main independent variable. Under that one, there are several sub-independent variables. What are the sub-independent variables? Board size, board independence, audit committee, CEO duality, and then the leverage. These are how many independent variables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 5 independent variables. Can anyone draw the conceptual framework for this one? Adin, conceptual framework quickly. Conceptual framework for the question number 5. We already learned how to draw the conceptual framework last week. Conceptual framework. Diagram dependent variable, right hand side, independent variables, left hand side. You have to always mention the variables within the window and then link the windows with the arrow keys. Okay, conceptual question number 5. Subsection 2. Conceptual framework. Conceptual framework. What is the research topic? Corporate governance. Corporate governance on financial performance. Of CSC companies. Right, of CSC companies. Left hand side, what should be there? Independent variables. How many independent variables? I told you if you are mentioning the independent variable, it should be within the window. Let me know the independent variables. Independent variable, independent variable always left hand side. That's must, right? IDs. This side always you have to mention the IDs. What are the independent variables? Both sides. Both sides. And then board independence. All these things are given in your Examination paper. Board independence. Third one, audit committee. Audit committee. Last one, before the last, CEO quality. And then the last one, what is it? So last one. You can write here. I will write it here. Independent variable. Dependent variable always should be mentioned in where? In the right hand side. What is a dependent variable? Financial performance. Financial performance. Now you have to think. How can we link? This side dependent, this side independent. Right? How can we link? You have to use the arrows. Both sides with the financial performance. Quality with the financial performance. Board independence with the financial performance. Audit committee and then CEO quality. Quality level leverage. Next should be the feature. Then you have to name these each and every arrow. So normally this is hypothesis 1, hypothesis 2, H3, H4, and H5. But these are hypotheses. Did you remember? Last week we identified these hypotheses and then the conceptual framework. You can draw those things. And this is one of the components where the must forward for their research proposal. It is must for your research proposal. Each and every one you have to draw the conceptual framework for your research proposal unless it is a qualitative one. Now look at your multiple regression analysis. Based on the conceptual framework and your research objectives, we have conducted the analysis. Which sort of analysis we have conducted? Which sort of analysis we have conducted? Regression analysis. Have you learned the regression analysis before? Yes. ANOVA and COVA, all the things have been tested with your statistics lecturer also. Alright. Now we'll integrate this multiple regression analysis. Coefficients are there, t-test values are there, p-values are there. This size variable, what do you mean by BS? BS means board size. Second one, BI, reflective one, board independent. AC, audit committee, CEO, CEO duality, AG means leverage, right? We tested these 5 independent variables with the dependent variable and then come up with the results, right? How can we identify which variable is giving a significant impact on the dependent variable? How to identify this? What you need to look at for? What you need to look at for? Do you need to look at for the coefficients if you want to identify which one is creating a significant impact? No. Right? T-test? No. You have to look at for which value? P values. Right? P values. What is the criteria to accept the hypothesis? P value should be less than 0.0. You learn this thing. 0.0. P value එක කීයට වඩා අඩු වෙනනම් අපි කියන්නේ significant relationship එකක් කියලා. 0.5. 0.5. So therefore, you have to check whether these P values are less than 0.5 to identify whether this is a significant impact. See, if it is a significant value, P value should be less than 0.05 or else 5%. Sometimes that might be 10%. Sometimes that might be 10%. That might be given to you. Regarding this case, 5%. How many of these independent variables are having P values less than 0.05? Do we need to identify the intercept value? No, intercept no need to identify because why? That is not a variable. That's not a variable. Board size, is that less than 0.05? Is that less than 0.05? Less than 0.05? Yes, it is. So then that means what it identifies. This is a significant variable. Significant variable with what? With your dependent variable. Very good. What is your dependent variable? Firm financial performance. Again, board size financial performance impact create. Second variable, board independence. Significant value 0.000. That means is that creating a significant impact on the financial performance? Yes or no? Yes, right? It's also creating a significant impact on the financial performance. Third one, audit committee. Board independence, that is 0.03. Is it less than 0.05? Less than 0.05. Particularity 0. Less than 0.05 because the value is 0.0400. CEO duality, is that less than 0.5? No, it's higher than 0.05. That means this is only this is higher. So that means it is not creating any significant relationship or impact with the financial performance. Last one, LG, leverage. Significant or not? Raise your hand, those who are saying it as significant. Raise your hand, those who are saying it as a significant. Significant or not? It is significant. Why things? Why? P-value should be less than 0.05 or else 1%. C at part vada P-value එක අඩුයි නම් ඒ හැම variable එකක්ම independent variable එකත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙනවා, significant relationship එකක් තියෙනවා. Right? This is the basic idea regarding regression analysis. Right? Okay, write it down. Always this type of a question is at your examination. A very simple question and you can have the 10, 20 out of 20 for this one because statistics data are there, always you have to interview. Write it. Write it. As per the regression results, as per the regression results, there are 5 hypotheses. There are 5 hypotheses tested. First one. What is H1? H1. First one, H1. Write H1 quickly. There is a significant impact of. There is a significant impact of. There is a significant impact of both sides. Significant impact of both sides on financial performance. Both sides on financial performance. Last week we discussed both sides on financial performance of listed companies. Okay. Let me know, is that significant or not? H1 is both sides to the financial performance. අපි බැලුවා මේ research එකේදී both sides එක වැඩක් වෙනවා the financial performance වලට. What was the result? Result, is there an impact? Is there a significant impact? Yes, is there an impact? Right? Write it down. As per the regression results, there is a significant impact. As per the regression result, there is a significant impact of BS, significant impact of BS, both sides, capital B, capital S, on FP, financial performance, FP. Since the p-value, of BS is less than 0.005. 0.005 or else within the bracket 5%. Within the bracket 5%. 0.05. See it part of it. That is 0.05. 0.05. 0.05. 5%. Putta, let me know, is that a positive or negative impact? Is that a positive or negative impact? How to look at the positive or negative? Look at the coefficient, right? Is that a positive or negative? That's positive, right? Write it then. This relationship, this impact is a positive impact. This impact is a positive impact. This impact is a positive impact. Now, second bullet point, write down the second hypothesis. Second hypothesis, H2. What is H2? In our research, we tested. In this research, we tested leverage on the financial performance. Right? Write it down. H2. Is that the leverage in your case H2? No. That is what? Board independence. So I will write it H2, board independence. There is a H2. Write down the H2. There is a significant. There is a significant impact of. There is a significant impact of board independence. Significant impact of board independence on financial performance. On financial performance. Financial performance of CSC companies. As per the results, full stop. As per the results. Is that significant? Significant? Yes. As per the results, this impact is a significant impact since p-value of BI is less than p-value of BI, board independence, is less than 5%. Is less than 5%. And the impact is positive or negative to that? Positive, very good, it's positive. And the impact is positive. We tested whether the board independence impacting on the financial performance. Board independence. Yes, what we found. We tested board independence, financial performance or the impact. But we found, yes, it's there. We identified its impacting for the financial performance. H3, write down H3. There is a history. There is a significant impact of. There is a significant impact of. There is a significant impact of audit committee. There is a significant impact of audit committee. Asha. Audit committee on financial performance. On financial performance of listed companies. Is that a positive? Is that a significant or not? How to test? Is that a significant or not? Look at here, less than 5. Write it down. This relationship is a positive or negative, Lamai? Oru. Is that a positive or negative? That is negative, right? That is negative. This relationship is negative, but significant or not? Significant, but significant since P value is less than 5%. Since P value is less than 5%. This is basic statistics that you have learned. What we are doing is we are applying to the research context. So the H4. Write down H4. There is a H4. There is a significant impact of. Okay. Now you tell me CEO duality on what? CEO duality on what? Always inside each and everyone are linked, right? CEO duality on what? Financial performance. CEO duality on financial performance. Or CEO duality on financial performance of what? CSC companies. Hypothesis also must be in your the research proposal. Right. CEO duality. Hypothesis के test करना पड़ेगा. Hypothesis means before testing. Hypothesis means before testing. But you are inputting to the manual system or the software system is the hypothesis. After that one, you identify whether it can be accepted or not based on your results. Okay, let me know CEO duality. Is that a significant or not? CEO duality is significant or not? Not. But what we are inputting is the always significant impact. Then after that one we receive the result that is showing a what? Showing a negative, not a significant one. That means when we are inputting all the data, we just assume this is a significant impact. It's a significant impact, but based on the results, you confirm that is not a significant one. Right? Hypothesis means what? A testable statement before the analysis. Right? After you receive the results, you identify whether it is a correct or wrong. Right? By looking at what? regression results. Based on the regression results, write it down. Based on the regression results. Based on the regression results. Based on the regression results, we have to reject. We have to reject. We have to reject H4. H4. Because the relationship between CEO and S, CEO and FS, CEO duality and the financial performance, FP, financial performance is insignificant. Is insignificant. Insignificant. CEO and FP, financial performance, is insignificant since P value is higher than 5%. 5%. When we are starting the research, we think that CEO duality is creating an impact on the financial performance. But after you receive the result from the regression analysis, what you found? What you found, Kisan? After research, CEO duality also impacting for the financial performance. We thought that and we conceptualized that one. But after you receive the results, what you confirm? No impact. අපි හොයාගත්ත research එකෙන් මෙයා වඩා නෑ අපිට කියලා, right? Okay. Last one. H5. 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 There is a significant impact of LG leverage on FP financial performance, FP of CSC companies, Tama, is that significant or no? That's significant, right? The hypothesized relationship is significant and positive or negative, lamai? Positive or negative? Positive, right? And positive because the P value is less than 5%, because the P value is less than 5%, and coefficient is positive. Highlight it. Coefficient is positive. Coefficient is positive. How many variables we have tested? 5 variables. Which one are the significant impact, creating significant impact? Board size, board independence, and then CEO duality. The CEO duality and other, then audit committee, and then leverage. I karanone kavada, but I've not the CEO duality. We'll write down the conclusion. As for the results, as per the results, as per the research results, as per the research results, it is recommended to, it is recommended to manage or optimize board size, comma, board size, comma, board independence, comma, board independence, comma, audit committee, third one, audit committee, and leverage, since H1, H2, H3 and H5 are accepted. ඒවා වැදගත් financial performance create කරන්න. Right. But researcher highlights companies should not focus on CEO duality. Companies should not focus on CEO duality in enhancing what? In enhancing, very good. That is financial performance. In enhancing financial performance. In enhancing or increasing financial performance, since H4 is rejected. Right? So this is your entire recommendation based on the hypothesis, right? Answer, Lamai. Question number 5, subsection 2, answer for the B. Have you heard the research model then? Research model. Okay, the research model you have, if your research is coming from the secondary data or primary data, you can express your research in a formula manner, right? Formula manner. So that is called as the research model. Write it down, Lamai. So I have to cover the entire syllabus as well. That's why I'm going through this big class. Okay. A. Answer for A. B. Yes, B. Oh, B. Now A. Research model, right? Research model. Research model. B. Yeah. Now we are writing the answers for the A. Research model. Write it down formula. Here. First one, what is your dependent variable? What's your dependent variable in this context? Financial performance. We know. Dependent variable. Financial performance equals. We assume. Concentrate here, right? This is the last point. In this research, we assume financial performance is because of one, five factors. Right? This side dependent variables include independent variables plus intercept. Intercept plus independent variables. We know all formula include the intercept, right? Which we called as BCU. Right? BCU. Mother to make intercept, right? Plus. You learn those things, right? Regression analysis, or just refreshing your knowledge. Beta 1, that means coefficient already found of the first variable, that is bone size. Yes. Then beta 2 into what? Bone independence plus beta 3 into audit committee plus beta 4 into what? CEO duality plus beta 5 leverage. We express our research in a formula. Correct? In this context, we assume financial performance is depend on the five factors. Right? Hope it is clear. We make a formula. Now, Buddha, can you substitute the results that we have received from the regression analysis to this formula? Can we substitute the formula with the results coming from the regression analysis? Yes or no? Yes, we can. Financial performance equals. Look at now the results. What are the coefficients? What these are? Coefficients beta values, right? Beta values. This is what? This is beta 0. What is this? This is beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, beta 4, beta 5. They formula के results. What explain about the beta 1? Beta 1 means if you change bone size by 1 unit, financial performance will change by how many units? 1.2358 times. Clear? Second one, beta 2, what it says? If you change bone size by 1 unit, financial performance will change by 12.6780. Third one, if you change the audit size, what happens? Financial performance will change by 0. Financial performance will decrease by 0.5. 8376. And then last one, if you change CO duality by 1 times, that is impacting for the financial performance to be increased by 5.3, and then the last one also positive. Can anyone tell me the intercept here, beta 0? Beta 0 is how much? I also can't remember it. You know, beta 0 is how much? Beta 0 is how much? Avisha, you have the paper, no, let me know. Beta 0 is that 6.6332 plus beta 0, beta 1 1.3 1.2385. So then you have to keep the BS as the constant bar. BS plus beta 2. How much is beta 2? 12.670. All independence. Plus beta 3 minus 0. Now you have to change here, not the plus. What is it? Now here it is minus 0.8376. You have to put the on the committee A seat. Last two. Plus and then you have to constant the CEO. 0.3918. 918. What is this? Write down formula. Then write it down. Write down. Beta 1. Beta 1. My question is lazy. Beta 1. Beta 1. Okay, beta 1. Write it down. If company change beta 1, if company change board size, if company change board size by 1 unit, board size by 1 unit, firm financial performance by 1 unit, firm financial performance, firm financial performance will be changed by 1.2385 times. 1.2385 times. Beta 3, beta 2, beta 4 all are same like that. මෙයා එකකින් වෙනස් කරොත් financial performance වලට වෙන impact එක තමයි මේ formula එකෙන් අපි පෙන්නන්නේ. So what is about the 0? What is about the 6 and 6.6332? What it says? That is intercept. What it intercept says? Where others are constant, That is the impact created, sorry, where others are constant and then the other factors which has not been identified in the model will create a 6.633 2 times impact on the financial performance. Write it down, beta 0. Beta 0. The unidentified factors to the model, will create 6.632 times 6.632 times impact to the financial performance. Right. Last one, regression part. You learn those things. What do you mean by regression? R square. R square. Question number C. R square means what? Overall model validity. Question number C. Write it down. Question number C. The overall validity of the model. All these things are taught by your previous lecturer. The R square, the overall model validity will be measured by R square. The overall model validity measured by the R square. Capital R square. R square. Right. The average R square should be the average. Next point or next sentence. The average R square should be higher than 0.5. Higher than 0.5 or else 50%. To justify the model is statistically valid. C at 50ට වැඩිය R square එක වැඩි වෙනවා නම් accept කරන්න පුළුවන් model එක, right? Accordingly the R square for this research is 12%. R square for this research is 12%, which shows the overall model R square is 12%, which shows the overall model is statistically insignificant. Invalid. Statistically invalid. Not insignificant, invalid. Not valid. That entire one, that is okay. Regarding question number 5, if the time remains, I will do the question in the next week as well. I will share the Excel sheet with you all. You have to write down your research topic there, right? Just you to inform that. Again, I'm telling that you have to submit your research. Listen carefully, right? You have to submit your research proposal in the 3rd year, right? 3rd year, in whatever the area under the main 4 areas, right? Accounting, audit, taxation, and the other one, finance. It doesn't matter. Right? But you can't go with the HR, finance, HR, marketing, and likewise research, because that is out of our scope. First thing. And the second thing, Based on the research proposal that you are submitting in the third year, if you are doing fourth year, you will be allocated the research supervisor. We have in our internal staff, we have the 11 supervisors, right? Based on their discipline, we'll allocate the research supervisors in that time. It might, when you are starting your research, that might be the 2027 or exam, right? Based on their availability, we segregate you into the research supervisor. ඔයාගේ area එක අනුව ඔයාට research supervisor කෙනෙක් හම්බ වෙනවා fourth year එකේදී. දැන් හම්බ වෙන්නේ නෑ ඔයාට research supervisors ලා. Right? You just submit the proposal. Right? We have 11 supervisors. 11 supervisors. Normally the supervisor is supervising the in between 20-15, in between 10 to 20 supervisors. You are segregated. So therefore, you will not be allocated for a one supervisor. All of the supervisor tama decide velana ek decided the last hatedi. Right? You are just submitting a proposal. Right? So research methodology subject, this is a subject. Why we are doing the subjects? For you to identify or for you to conduct a research, to have the knowledge regarding these dissertation methodologies. That's the purpose of this course. From here, we are not segregating you for the research supervisors. These are all supervisors, right? From next week onwards, right? I'm checking your research proposal. Right? I'm just going through whether your proposal are developed on the standard way. Otherwise, what happened? You are submitting a research proposal which does not have a standard. You are internal supervisor, so then there might be some issues. Right? So therefore, you have to have a proper understanding regarding research proposal. We have a proposal. You are developed next week one by one. Right? You can go to the LMS, and then LMS there are 3 proposals. In this page, look at here, week number 9, research proposal format is there and the research proposal sample is there. This is our sample, right? Sub-campus undergraduate research sample is this, proposal sample is this. You have to adhere to these guidelines, right? Adhere to these guidelines. And then you can go through these samples and identify the way of developing. This is the standardized format. Standardized format, right? So you can't change even a single word, right? You have to adhere to the structure. Next week onwards, I will check your research proposal based on the way how you have developed it and just what you have developed so far. Just it, and I'm going through your research proposal topics one by one. If you have any issues, please bring that issues to the this week, next week, right? ඔයාලට සුපර්වයිසර් දීලා නැහැ. ඔයාලට මම ගාවට ටොපික්ස් ටික බලාගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද නැද්ද කියලා යනවා. ඔයාලා ප්‍රොපෝසල් එක හදලා පොත්තියගේ සුපර්වයිසර් කෙනෙක් ගන්න. පොත්තියගේ සුපර්වයිසර් ඔයාලා ගොඩාක් ඉන්නවා. ඒ කෙනෙක් නෙමෙයි. right? ඔයාලට කැම්පස් සුපර්වයිසර්ලා හැම වෙලාවක ඒරියා Okay, now we'll mark your attendance. We'll mark your attendance.